British Commons leader Andy Leadson has resigned, saying she no longer believes the government's approach will deliver Brexit. Her resignation is the 36th by a minister under Prime Minister Theresa May, 21 of them over Brexit, and comes a day before the UK votes in European elections. The Prime Minister's office had responded in a statement, part of it which reads, "We are disappointed that she's chosen to resign, and the Prime Minister remains focused on delivering the Brexit people voted for," end of quote. Juliana Olayenka has more now with Around the World in 5.
Good evening from the Channel's newsroom in London. 6 people have been killed and more than 200 injured during violent clashes in Indonesia. Police say thugs provoked the riots, the bloodshed beginning after the presidential election results were announced. Tensions are soaring in central Jakarta as demonstrators who support the opposition remain on the streets. Indonesia plunged into civil unrest following the re-election of Joko Widodo. His challenger, Prabowo Subianto, alleges widespread cheating and foul play. Major roads and public transport systems have been shut. Access to social media limited.
Kita tidak akan memberikan ruang untuk perusuh-perusuh yang akan merusak negara kita, akan merusak negara kesatuan Republik Indonesia.
Peaceful protests turned violent overnight. Local media reported hundreds of injuries and several casualties. Authorities say they are not to blame, saying the riots were deliberately planned. Hundreds have been arrested.
Their weapons are being kept in warehouses, and they used shields and batons. This, of course, includes other equipment, but not firearms. Therefore, it's impossible for soldiers to murder civilians during protests. But these victims fell because of thugs, not protesters, thugs.
Subianto has called for both sides to remain calm.
We support the use of constitutional rights in a peaceful, non-violent way in the political struggle of our nation.
The Election Oversight Body and the Election Commission both deny that major fraud took place. The British Prime Minister's new Brexit plan is failing to win support, with the opposition saying the offer is still too weak. Changes to the withdrawal agreement bill will be published tomorrow and will be put to Parliament in early June. Theresa May has included a vote on a second referendum if lawmakers approve her deal.
To those MPs who want a second referendum to confirm the deal, I say you need a deal and therefore a withdrawal agreement bill to make it happen. Let it have its second reading and then make your case to Parliament. If Parliament passes the bill before the summer recess, the UK will leave the EU by the end of July.
No Labour MP can vote for a deal on the promise of a Prime Minister who only has days left in her job. And even if the Prime Minister could honour her promises, the deal she is putting before us does not represent a genuine compromise. Her 10-point plan is riddled with contradiction and wishful thinking.
A drug smuggling gang has been smashed in Europe. 22 people have been arrested across 5 countries, with Europol describing the operation as the largest of its kind. 40 houses were raided and €8 million in cash, diamonds, jewellery and luxury cars were recovered. The suspected ringleader, a 48-year-old Latvian, was caught in Spain. A large blast has rocked the Somali capital. The suicide bomber detonated explosives in a car just meters from the presidential palace, killing at least 5 people. It happened at a checkpoint near the tomb of the unknown soldier. Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab says it was behind the attack. Northwestern Syria has been hit by airstrikes. Images have emerged showing an area said to be Hama under fire. It was recorded on Monday. A second video was also uploaded by the Syria Civil Defense. White helmets are seen rescuing survivors and pulling bodies from the rubble of buildings destroyed in the town of Kafinabad. The number of casualties wasn't immediately clear. 2 dangerous high-speed chasers have been caught on camera in California.
The suspect continues to try. Oh, right there. A major TC.
A stolen motorhome hit 2 cars while being pursued near Los Angeles.
Oh, right there, another car.
It ended when the vehicle hit a parked car. A man was later seen getting out of the passenger side before lying on the ground waiting for paramedics. Police arrested a female suspect who fled the scene on foot with her dog. And in Sacramento, a driver hit a number of cars while being chased. and at one point was sent into a tailspin before the vehicle caught fire. He made a run for it, but was eventually caught by police. And finally, a bright flare, believed to be a meteor, was seen streaking across the sky in South Australia. The fireball lit up an area over the city of Adelaide, generating a greenish hue before burning up with a dome of orange. The Astronomical Society says it was a piece of space dust about the size of a marble. And that's your international news around the world in 5.
Welcome to Sports News. Benin Republic representatives Ecole Eviel and Adetunji Primary School, Ilorin, Kwara State are through to the quarterfinals of the Channels International Kids Cup after recording their second consecutive win earlier today. In an exciting and thrilling match, two fixtures at the Agege Stadium, Delta and Kaduna picked their first 3 points at the grassroots competition.
International Kids Cup.
Let's begin with the game that produced our first quarter-finalist.
The Agege International Stadium, if you like, Stade International, the Agege. That's the kickoff.
Benin Republic star boy Victor Christian is still on fire. He did the magic for his school again.
Can he cross it in? He does, and he heads the ball, and the ball goes into the back of the net. It is the first goal of the game, and Benin Republic, so to speak, they draw the first blood. They need to clear their lines and begin to create something. The snapshot there, it goes straight and it's a goal. Brilliant goal.
Adetunji Primary School from Kwara State are also through to the quarterfinals. The Ilorin-based school beat St. Williams from Okeado, Oyo State to progress.
It's a longish one, and goalkeeper makes an effort to save it. But Adetunji boys now still launching attack. Somebody dribbling, and the penalty comes again. Ready to take the penalty against Rashid Kainde. There he goes for the penalty, and he scores beautifully.
If you're just joining us, welcome. It's the 11th edition of the Channels International Kids Cup, live from the Agege Stadium. Soccer Temple, as it's famously called here in Lagos.
After suffering an opening day defeat, Nosiere Primary School from Delta needed a win against Holy Trinity from Ekiti.
On the screen right now, Team Delta in all black with a touch of white. Let's see if they will go one better. It's a two-step run, and it goes for goal. It's an exquisite finish. It's an absolute firecracker of a goal. Top-bin stuff. No, they won't be able to get the equalizer because the final whistle has gone, and it's celebrations for Team Delta coming from a goal down.
The boys from Kaduna also lost their first match, and when they fouled out against Ansarudin Primary School, won from Ogun State, it was goals galore.
The first goal of the game in really bizarre but amazing fashion. The goalkeeper, not a prayer, not a chance whatsoever, but it's a chance now. Wonderful control, it goes for goal. And in really bizarre fashion, the fifth goal goes in.
Day 2 is done and dusted, and there are still 6 quarter-final tickets up for grabs. Day 3 will be more competitive.
Really wonderful play from Kwa Ibo of Kogi.
That's Sports News. Ijoma, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Olumide. And the main news again. The Court of Appeal President Justice Zainab Bulkachwa today withdrew from the judicial panel presiding over Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal following a petition by the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and his party. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Hunyato. You have a good night.